Hi guys, this is Talia. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are coming with Flosstube number 14. It's been 2 weeks and that's how I am planning to do it now. May finish. Stitch Mania is a wrap and it didn't go as I planned at all. Out of 31 days of May, I only stitched 6 days. Things happen and it is fine. I had no problem with what I did. I always say whatever I do is more than what I have previously done. So every stitch count in my book. So I had a total of 18 Stitch Mania whips that I needed to work on. And I was planning to start 13 new stars. Where out of those 18, 7 was not touched. Out of those 18 whips, only 7 did not get touched. And out of the 13 new stars, 6 did not get started. So I worked half of what I had, which is fine with me. So I don't think it was that bad. So let's go quickly so I don't have to make this video long. So the last time after last video, 2 weeks ago, May 19, I did not work that day. So then on May 20, I work on a whip. And it is Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. It's this one right here. I am changing those colors completely. I'm making it a little more pastel-y, more vibrant than that. And I'm using my own combination of Victoria Moto with color and cotton flosses. Those are the ones that I'm using to change all that. So this is a 2020. I started this back in Stitch Mania 2020 on May 8th. I will put a picture here of what it was before. And this is what I did. So I completed the top border and I started with the letters. I think this is one that I have. I'm not sure. I don't know if this one is, I don't think so. I don't think this is one of my 2024 finish. Hold on, I should have grabbed that quickly. Which one is this one? Number 44. No, it's not one that I have allotted for 2024 finishes. So I work on that for I worked for 54 minutes and I put 139 stitches. This was a previous star and I don't think I have how much I had before, so I don't know exactly how many stitches it has now. But we started brand new, so all I have is what I put, which was 139 stitches. So this is not one that I have allotted for 2024 try to finish. So this goes back in my shelf, and when I start pulling out for next month in July, then it will come out in rotation again if the name is called. After that, I work on, I did a new star. So I started my kringle. This is a little house needlework pattern. It's a Christmas pattern. It was very popular back in 2020, 2021. I bought it then, but I have not started it until last week. So I don't have a previews for this. I'm using a 14 count Ada. The other one I'm using a 14 count beige that I bought by the yard in 2020. This is a 14 count opalescent that I got at I got from AliExpress in a kit, but I use another fabric for the kit. You won't be able to see much what I did because it's beige on beige. But that is going to be covered with brown, then you'll be able to see it. Or if not, I will back stitch around it so you could see it. But that's all I have right there. That's all I did. And it's just, that is, it's just this right here. You can hardly see it in the picture either. So when I'm done, I will back stitch in brown around, just a line around in the top, so you could see it from the fabric. But it's that line, this right here, that I'm working on. And I tea-dyed the fabric so it wouldn't be stark white, because then you won't be able to see it less. But I will back stitch a line on the top just to give it a little dim, so it could be seen better. So for this one, I work 25 minutes. It was a new start, so I put 25 minutes and I do 76 stitches. I think I worked sorry, I'm not cutting that. Sorry. So yeah, I didn't work long that day, but at least I touched three whips that day. No, 2 whips and a new start. Then after that, I worked in a whip, which was it's a sampler. It's a freebie that it was floating in the internet back in 2019, 2020. So I grabbed it, and this is how it looks. I don't know if you still could find that. Maybe if you Google cross stitch at work sampler, it will come out. But like I said, I got that in 2020. I started this on Stitch Mania 2020 on 5/9/20. I haven't touched it since then until now. I'm using a 14 count cherub fabric by Picture This Plus. I will put a picture here of what it was before, and this is what I did, which I think I finished closing this part and I started working on this. I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's what I did. So and I only work, I think, half an hour on this. I wasn't feeling it, but I still pushed myself to do a few minutes in each one of them. So that was Quiet Please. And I worked for 38 minutes and I put 144 stitches. And so far that's all I have. How many stitches I said I put? 144. That is one also that I had started previously, but I didn't have the count of how much I had. I mean, I do have it somewhere in my digital planner, but I didn't look for it, so it is fine. That one, I have it as a possible finish in 2024. So this one is going to go back to the bin that I have next to my chair, where I have all the 24 pieces that are supposed to finish in 2024, so I could continue working on it. The way I'm planning to do, I told you later. Okay, so that was all I worked on May 20. Then I didn't work again until Sunday, May 26. It was a raining day here in Ohio. So I decided to put out Rain Queen, which it has rained so many times and I have never pulled it out. Sunday I said, you know what, I'm gonna pull her for a little bit because it's been raining a lot of times and I haven't pulled it out. So this is Rain Queen. It's a Nora cover. I only stitch on her when it's rain, the same way I only stitch in Snow Queen when it's snow. But we in spring, summer, we won't see snow for a while. So Rain Queen took over the months that it doesn't snow. So whenever it rains, I suppose, it's raining today, so maybe I pull it out tonight a little bit. Not sure about that. So I'm going to put a picture of how she was before. And I think I went up. Yes, I went up and I added another color. Is it up or is it down? Well, I went down. I was like, that's not right. So I went down and I added another color to it. So that's all I did. I only worked for a few minutes, not long at all. But every little stitch counts. So Miss Rain Queen, I worked on it for 31 minutes and I put 119 stitches. So far, I have put 267 stitches on her and I have stitched 3 times on her. So that was Miss Rain Queen. Then after that, I work in another web, which is Home of a Needleworker by Little House Needlework. I'm only doing the house and this part right here. I'm not doing onto the border right here. This right here, I'm not planning to do unless I decide to put my YouTube handle in it, like Dahlia the Crafty Stitcher. I've seen other people do that. So we'll see when I get to that point what I'm gonna do. The fabric that I'm using, I started this Stitch Mania 2020 on 5/10/20. I'm using a 14 count Ada beige that I bought by the yard back in 2020, and I forgot to put this where it belongs. So what I did on this one, I will put a picture here on what it was before. What I'm doing this one, I went down. This is a lot of roof in there, so I needed to add another color. So I just went down and started framing the house. That roof is big. So I get bored quickly, so I had to change places because I get bored very quickly. That's why I have so many webs, because I get bored so quickly. So I needed to look another color because I was not feeling that roof. And in order for me to work on it, I was like, okay, so let's add another color to it. And where is that one? And I work for 39 minutes and I put 100 stitches. And so far, I have put 304 stitches because I was able to get the previous stitches, but I have only worked it one time this year. Since I started it in 2020, I didn't touch it until that day. So let me put this back where it belongs because then I lose it. After that, I did a new start. I started a Patreon June 2023. My heart is fed. I am changing that color because I don't have that that's a classic color words. I was gonna do as is, but I didn't have that classic color words that is it required for that dress. So I changed the dress to pink, but everything else will stay the same. I am doing it in a 14 count beige Ada that I bought by the yard a couple of years back. And this is all I have. I started on the middle and the dress, and that's all I did. That's all I did. So hopefully this will be a half an hour video, because there ain't much to it. There's no haul, there's nothing. I haven't downloaded the June patterns for the styles and stuff like that. So then after that, I work in a web, and I was happy to work on this one. It's the Checkboard House by a Little Jane from Hand Across the Sea sampler. Loved it. This is a specialty stitches. I am going to do it as cross stitch, because in the patterns it says you could either do the specialty stitch or you could do the cross stitch. So I just going to do cross stitch on it. I changed the color of the house. I'm using 3 different shades of pink. Everything else stayed the same. I changed the house. So I started this Stitch Mania 2020 on 5/11/20. I'm using a 28 count even weave color ivory. It is 28 count. I had to use my magnified special glasses that I use, and it's a very slow stitch. So I did as much as I could for the time that I used. I am going to put a picture here of what it was before. And this is what I did. I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I did 5 blocks, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 blocks. I think I finished this 2 right here, and then this 4. I think, I'm not sure. I will find out when I put the previous picture. So that's what I did. I mean, it is tiny. I'm doing 1/1, and it is tiny. And yeah, it takes time. I gotta use the special glasses for that, special big magnified glasses, so I could see that 28 count. So I was happy to work on it, and I want to work on it again. But this is not another one that it is supposed to be a finish, so it's gonna go back to the shelf. Whatever is not a 24th finish is go back in the shelf, and then whatever is a 24, it goes right next to my seat, to the basket where all of them are. So after that, I was like done for the day, and I decided to pull the one that needs to be finished. This thing needs to be finished this week. It has to be, because we are in June and it's still not in display in my house. So I said, let me pull this, because this is so behind. Oh my God. It is so behind that I decided I just gonna finish the lanterns with the little dangles there. I already did this part. I'm going to do this part, do the border, and call it out. I'm not going to do all those little stars and stuff. I had to finish it, so I had to shorten it, because if not, it's not going to get finished. And it needs to be displayed in my house. It's this for the year of the dragon, Chinese year. We are halfway there, and I'm still not finished it. So with this, it is almost finished. So I had to push myself and finish it this week. So I will put a picture here of what it was before. And this is what I have. So it is getting there. So I gotta finish this lantern and do the little dangles here. Then finish the other part that is here. This right here. This right here with this line. And do the border and call it done. And call it done. I gotta do my back stitches here. I gotta do back stitch there. And that's it. Fill this right, fill this inside. And that's it. So it needs to be finished this week. Has to be finished. Because it needs to be displayed. At least for a couple of months before. And I'm gonna start the 2025 because it took me forever to do this one. So I had to, as soon as I finish this one, I'm gonna start the 2025. So I could have it. So I work on it and then I work again. I work it twice. So I worked it on the 26th. Hey, I worked it on the 26th and I put 208 stitches and I worked it for 66 minutes, which an hour and 6 minutes. Then I picked it up again on the 28th, the other time that I stitched, and I worked it for 51 minutes and I put 200 stitches. So I put 408 stitches this week on it. And it still needs, I still gotta finish this lantern, the part right here, the border, and then I'll call it done. And fill out this part right here and whatever is in here. Do the back stitch here and call it done. So it needs to be finished. It needs to be finished in the beginning of June. It has to. It can't pass no more. It has to be finished. So that's all the ones that I work on the 26th. And then the last time that I worked was on the 28th. On the 28th, that was last Tuesday. And I was dragging, working on this piece. I kept passing it. It was supposed to be the second that I worked, my second whip. And I kept passing it over because I wasn't feeling to work it. I was like, I don't want to work on that. I don't want to work on that. But then I was like, I need to work on it because I need to touch them. So it was my summer banner. This is by Doreen Jones and Doreen Jones. You can find that on her business page. A whole bunch, and there's all season. This is the summer season. I will put a picture here of what it was before. I'm doing it in a 14 count Ada beige that I bought by the yard. And this is it. I think I only started the second M in summer. Because I didn't want to work on it. Honestly, I did not want to work on it. But I was like, it needs to be worked. I still like it. So it's not that I don't like it. I don't know. I just didn't want to work on it. So that's all I did. And we're almost done, guys. Almost done. And I worked for 43 minutes, even though I didn't want to work on it. Once I started working, I worked for 43 minutes. I said I was working like 15 minutes. I ended up doing 43 minutes, and I put 82 stitches. So that is my summer banner. And after that, I worked in another whip, which is a needleworker home. It's a different one. This was one of pattern that was given back in 2020 when COVID thing. I am doing it in a 14 count beige Ada by the yard, and I started this back in Stitch Mania 2020 on May 12th. I will put a picture here of what it was before. And this is what I have. I finished I have home is, and then I was missing the EED. So I finished home is where my needles are supposed to do a ampersand here and back stitch, and then threads is supposed to that. This one is one that is supposed to be finished in 2024. Yep. So this one, it goes back to my bin over there and gets worked to try to finish it in 2024. I just dropped my phone and everything and the mother. Hold on. Thank God it has a case. Okay, if it charges a minute. Okay, so that's all I did this past 2 weeks. So for these 2 weeks, my stats are, I did 2 new starts. I didn't finish anything. I didn't FFO anything. I worked in 11 projects. I did a total of 1,532 stitches. We are great. I worked for a total of 5 hours or 13 minutes, and I did a total of 3 days. That was my stats for last. So my main stats, they are sad, but it is fine. I started the month with 134 whips. I stitched 6 days out of the 31 days. I worked for 12 hours and 15 minutes. I did a total of 2,906 stitches. I did a number of 7 new stars in those 6 days. And I end up the month with 141 whips. So it's not bad. But so far for the whole year, in 24, I have made 42,380 stitches. I have worked over 56 days in the year for 157 hours on 72 projects. I have started 45 projects and I have finished 9 projects. So I'm doing great. Even though I'm not stitching every single day, I'm doing great because we are in June and I already got almost 50,000 stitches. I'm not sweating the days that I don't work. So yeah, so that's all I did for the month of May. Let's see how June goes. I hope that I could stitch a little more because what I have planned for June is to work every day. Well, every day that I stitch, let's put it that way. I am going to grab one of those 24. I'm going to start with the ones that I could finish, that I know that I could finish that day. I have 2 that I could finish that day. Well, first I got to finish this, where is it? First, I gotta finish this one, the Year of the Dragon, which I'm stitching tonight because I stitch while I watch 90 Day Fiancé. So I am only gonna work on this for 3. Today, I'm planning to stitch until midnight. All I'm gonna work is on this to see if I could finish it. Then tomorrow and going forward, I didn't stitch yesterday. I was tired. I was with a migraine all day yesterday. So I did not stitch. I just laid in my couch because the night before Friday, I went to a scrapbooking crop and got home around 1 o'clock or something. So Saturday, I woke up with a migraine. So I was all day doing nothing because with migraines, you can do nothing. So I just lay in the couch and watch a little TV, not even, just have something in the background because I was just laying there. So, and today is Sunday, so I will stitch tonight, and I'm going to stitch until midnight, and I am going to finish that dragon. Has to be finished today or tomorrow. Then after I finish this is my first focus. This is what I'm going to work until it's finished. I should finish it in 2 days if I don't finish it tonight. Then after that, I am going to grab one. Each day I'm going to grab one. I am going to start with the one that I think I could finish and stitch whatever time I have, the 3 hours or the 5 hours that I have, whatever it is, and stitch on it to have it finished or almost finished. That's for the month of June. That's what I'm going to work on, only on those 24 pieces that I want to finish. After that, in July, that's when I'm going to start pulling the little papers, which I already have prepared. Let me show you guys. So those new stars that I didn't finish, that I didn't start it, they're going to go here. I didn't add them here. So there's 141 whips here, and there is 166 new stars in here. So when I pull, I either put a whip or I put a new star, and that's how I'm going to work that evening. I'm going to pull. I don't know if I'm going to work. I'm going to do weekly or I'm going to do every 2 weeks. We'll see. So they are here already. Oh, I just dropped them. I got to add the 6 new stars. I got to add them. The whips that I didn't touch, they're already here because I did all the whips by number. But the new start, I didn't add them because I don't know if that was going to start them. If I was going to get to start them, so then it goes with a whip number instead with a... Because what I did is I number all my new stars. So like that is easy to find out. Like I have a shelf and 2 drawers. So I number everything. So if let's say, okay, on new star 140, I know where 140 is in my drawer because it's either say bin 1, bin 2, or shelf. So I could pick it up easy so I could show you guys what I said I'm supposed to work. So that's going to start in July. I did my thing. This is not something that I'm going to be showing. I just show you now. But this is what I have, all my whips, and you can see now at glance I could see which ones I have not touched. So, but this right here, they are part of the 24 by 24, so they're gonna get touched in the month of June. So, but now at glance, let's say in September, I could look at glance. I started with 110 the year. So my goal is to touch my first 110, all of them, the whole year. So by, let's say, September, October, I could look at the thing and say, oh, I haven't touched this old whip, so I will pull them, and let's say September, I'll work whatever I have not worked yet. So because my goal is to have touched all my whips on 2024. I gotta get my butt and start being lazy and stitch more days, and I'm gonna work on that. So yeah, but that's gonna start in, I mean that's the only time you're gonna see this board. You're not gonna see that board ever again. That's for me to know what I have touched. I do have in my whips, I have things that tells me how many I have, how many, if I touch it or not. But for me to see which one I haven't touched, I have to open every single bag to find out which one I haven't touched. When in the board, every time I finish that night, I will tally the ones that I work, and I have it at glance. I just open it and see, okay, what I have not touched before the year end, so I could touch it, and then they all get touched. That's my goal, to touch them all the whole year, the year. So I started with 2024. I started with 110. So far, I have not touched 72 of the 110. But with those 24 that I'm going to touch are part of those 110 that I started. So then by the end of June, I will have not touched 50 of the 110. So, and then, like I said, September, October, around there, I will check how many I had not touched so I could make a priority to work on those, because I want every single whip to have been touched in 2024 and moving forward in 2025. I mean, until I hit 365, because that's all we have in a year. So to be able to touch all of them. So that's how I'm going to work moving forward. But June, it is just my 24. And first thing first, finish this little sucker. And then 24. I'm still on track. It's 30 days. I had 24 and 25 with this. So I didn't stitch yesterday, the first, but it's fine. I'm still on track. So that is my goal. Oh, and I got to start this too. So I got to start the June thing. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. These two. I'm going to start this one, and then I am going to planning to stitch a set from 7 to midnight. So I could do 1 hour to this and the rest to this. So that is my plans. But like I always say, you could plan, and then other things happen. I still have commitments and with my other channel that I had to fulfill, some hops that I'm in it. So yeah, and it's 5:50, 6 o'clock already. So I'm not gonna have time to go upstairs and work in the videos that I need to do. But I will figure something out, because I need, at 7 o'clock, I gotta sit down and stitch. I gotta wash my hair and do my hair. So yeah, I had no haul. I'm not shopping at all, and it feels good. That's it. That's all I have for you guys. So we are at 37 minutes. So I'll see if I pop up in a week or in 2 weeks. I don't know. Just make sure you are subscribed. You hit that bell notification button, because that'll let you know right away when I upload a video. I don't know if I will come weekly or I will come every 2 weeks, but I'm planning to stitch at least 5 days out of the 7 days, okay? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you for watching, and until next time, bye now.